Well, welcome once again to Pray on This. I'm your host, John Pray, and today I want to talk to you about Jagmeet Singh. I come to you, my dear viewers and readers, looking for help, knowledge, and understanding. Can someone, for the love of Pete, tell me what in the blue hell Jagmeet Singh is doing? What's he trying to accomplish? What is the message he's trying to put out to his supporters and possible supporters? Just who is Jagmeet Singh? I know. You're saying, why should a man who says he's conservative care about what the leader of the NDP is doing? What goals he's trying to accomplish? What is the message that he's trying to sell Canadians? You would think I'd really just sit back and laugh and not really give a damn why Singh is doing whatever it is he's trying to do. Well, the answer's pretty simple. The Liberal Party of Canada are masters of two things. Whether they be the traditional Liberals of Jacques Chrétien or Paul Martin, or the very left Liberals of Pierre or Justin Trudeau. They know how to play wedge politics, and they know how to get left-leaning Conservatives and right-leaning NDP voters to vote for them. A strong NDP is far better in an election for the Conservative Party of Canada than a weak one. I want a strong NDP. But with this leader, I don't see how they're ever going to be one. The reason I ask what this man is up to, who is the real Jagmeet Singh, is very simple. During the day at the House of Commons or at a press conference when he steps up to the mic, he is very much a supporter of Justin Trudeau and the Liberal Party of Canada. When he's questioned by reporters about his support of the Liberals, especially when the policies of the government seem to be at complete and total odds with the very principles of the NDP party he leads, Jagmeet always has a word salad excuse that we can remove our support at any time, but right now, we're working hard for Canadians. We're getting results. Or that no one wants an election. Not now. We're working really hard to get things done for Canadians. Well, Jagmeet, according to every major polling company, the only people who do not want an election is Justin Trudeau, the Liberal Party of Canada, their supporters, and you. I find it very hard to look at what the NDP traditionally is, who they have traditionally worked for, where their traditional vote comes from, then square all of that tradition, history, and principle with what Jagmeet Singh is actually doing. He actively supports the carbon tax, even though he knows it hurts low-income and working-class Canadians the most. His dental care and pharmacare that he has won or hopes to win from the ruling Liberals are nowhere near the scope of what Jagmeet originally demanded. They're not really a program at all. Pharmacare is still a dream, and the dental care, well, that's just checks being sent out, with very few children in Canada actually qualifying. When he talks about the cost of living crisis, he never ever looks at the carbon tax, which is a tax on everything. No, he talks about, if you want to make life more affordable, let's remove the GST from home heating. Hey, Jagmeet, the carbon tax already costs more on home heating than the GST does, and it's going to cost twice as much come the 1st of April. Then there is the support of the Just Transition legislation that the Liberals just introduced. As a matter of fact, Jagmeet Singh and the NDP support this legislation more than the current Liberal government of Canada does. The support of this bill will end the oil and gas sector, heavy mining, and heavy manufacturing sectors in Canada. These are the very core, salt-of-the-earth, working-class jobs that the NDP has always supported, lived, and died by. But for some reason, Jagmeet Singh is very fine with letting that all go. Then Jagmeet Singh comes home, and after greeting his wife and his small daughter, he takes out his smartphone, gets out his tablet or his laptop, and then takes to Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, where he trashes the Liberals and Justin Trudeau. The broken healthcare system? Blame Justin Trudeau. Inflation? Well, that's greedflation, caused by greedy CEOs that Justin Trudeau lets get away with whatever they want and lets them screw you. Food inflation? Well, again, that's Trudeau's fault. Those greedy CEOs of the grocery store companies that he allows only 3 companies to control 85% of Canada's grocery business. Yeah, that's Justin Trudeau as well. The drug addiction crisis? Well, that's Justin's fault too. But not for not enforcing the drug laws. No. Not for keeping criminals from selling poison to people. Absolutely not. It's because Justin Trudeau won't criminalize every hard drug. He says all of this, and that only Jagmeet Singh and the NDP will work for you and your family. All of this in his social media videos, where the logic he uses is so flawed that a 14-year-old child with a grade 8 education can see right through it. And believe me, it's starting to show. If we take a look at the polls, for the first time in the history of polling in Canada, the Conservative Party of Canada is the first choice now of voters 18 to 35 years of age, both sexes. That demographic traditionally is owned by the New Democrats, with the Liberals a distant second and the Conservative Party of Canada an almost unheard of third. So who is the real Jagmeet Singh? Is he the Trudeau-loving lapdog, always falling into line with whatever Justin and the Liberals want? Is he the champion of the poor, the working class, and union members everywhere? Is he the communist lover that expressed in the past such great praise for Fidel Castro when the man passed away? Or is he just that happy social justice warrior born in Toronto, raised for part of his life in Newfoundland, part of his life in the United States and Michigan, and then the rest of it in Canada? Jagmeet Singh, man of the people, champion of the poor, defender of the working class. Or is he a champagne socialist, more concerned with whatever woke cause is popular at the moment? I don't know. But what I do know is that traditional, long-term NDP MPs like Charlie Angus, well, they just don't seem welcome in Jagmeet Singh's NDP. No, the Singh NDP, they're much more welcoming of extreme leftist people, like the always woke, always green, always class warfare Matthew Green, the MP for Hamilton Centre, who supports policies like defund the police, uses race and class as a weapon, and even goes so far as to say the oil and gas industry is racist, and that's built on white supremacy. So what's the answer? Will the real Jagmeet Singh please stand up? I actually think it's a combination of a few things. I believe Jagmeet Singh is a man devoid of principles. He is definitely a postmodern Marxist socialist. He has a great love for the communist system and communist dictators like Fidel Castro, who were not the benevolent, loving leaders that Jagmeet Singh romanticizes them to be. He knows deep down he will never be the Prime Minister of Canada, but Justin Trudeau is just left enough and gives just enough to Jagmeet Singh so that Singh can give his unquestioned support. He also, like Trudeau, is a narcissist, who by day is Justin's best friend forever, but at night tries to gaslight his supporters that he's fighting the good fight on their behalf, all while supporting the most woke leftist causes he can, as he knows that for the most part, people who follow those extremely woke lifestyles are desperate, and they need a champion, and Jagmeet Singh wants to be that champion. He's abandoned Canada's labor. There is no way you can make a case for him that he has not done that. The very policies he advocates for or demands further action from and on than the governing Liberals would dare go fly directly in the face of every auto worker, steel worker, oil and gas worker, and tradesman. The only people who work for a living that Jagmeet Singh cares about are those who work for public sector unions. If you don't believe me, ask yourself this. Why does he want to make private school and private provider healthcare illegal? Why does he want to make sure that people who teach or people who deliver health care can only work in the public sector. He'll say that it's for the greater good, but in reality, Jagmeet Singh hates private enterprise. He would love a system that all means of production and commerce was controlled and owned by the government. His praise of Castro and the defense of the dictator at the dictator's death to the point of telling people they were outright liars when they confronted Singh with Castro's true record proves my belief. As for why he will support Justin Trudeau blindly, well, he'll continue to support Justin Trudeau until one of two conditions are met. To me, that is just crystal clear and very simple. The man's law career only lasted 4.5 years. He has been a politician for most of his adult life, a life that sees the man enjoy $2,000 suits, of which he has many. His watches of choice are Rolex, $15,000 or more. He drives a $70,000 BMW sports car, has a very expensive home in Burnaby, BC. No, it's not a $5 million mansion, but it's still a very nice home, and it's still very expensive. He has to finance that life and that lifestyle. So he will either support Justin Trudeau until either one, his re-election in his riding is secure so he can get at least 4 more years of his grift, or he served 6 years in Parliament, which will occur at the end of February in 2025. So he receives that MP pension starting from age 60. So at the very least, his financial security is guaranteed in retirement. In the end, I'm unclear why the current NDP executive would support Singh as the party leader. It's clear to me that he's an anchor dragging the party down. His blind support of the Liberals with his attempts to cover with his social media posts, well, they're not fooling anyone. And they will definitely hurt, if not be a major factor, in the Alberta NDP and the Saskatchewan NDP not returning to power in their upcoming provincial elections. It will happen in Manitoba, but it will happen there in spite of Jagmeet Singh. Most of all because they are least affected by the just transition legislation, which will be brutal on Alberta, Saskatchewan, Ontario. But also because the Conservative government of Manitoba was just so brutal in their last term. Even now, as the Liberals bleed support in Ontario and especially Quebec, where in the last 10 days the Liberals have lost 5% support, it's not the NDP making gains. That's the province where Jack Layton had his major breakthrough in 2011 and brought the NDP to being the official opposition of Canada. No, it's the Bloc and the Conservative Party of Canada who are gaining, not the NDP. I think in 2017, on the advice of Andrea Horwath, the Ontario NDP leader who led her party to 4 straight election losses and barely won the Hamilton mayor's race, even though she's very well known and popular in the city. I think the party thought they were getting a leader in the fashion of Jack Layton, with the NDP core values of Tommy Douglas. And the cherry on the top of the sundae was he was a visible minority. What they got was a man who has lost as many elections as he's won. He took the party from 44 seats and third-party status to 24 seats and fourth-party status. And even though he gained 1 seat back in 2001, still remains in fourth-party status, but somehow declares it a victory. The party's support has stubbornly remained below 20%, and if abacus data is correct, they will lose 4 seats in the next election. They also got the only politician who is the leader of a major party in any Western democracy who has been denied a visa to enter India, the country of his origin and his parents' birth. I honestly do not understand Jagmeet Singh's logic, actions, or long-term plan. But what I do know is whatever it is he's doing, it is not working. I suggest he give up on the woke ideas. Concentrate on holding just Justin Trudeau's feet to the fire. I say only Justin Trudeau and do not include Pierre Poilievre, simply because those who are going to vote for Poilievre would never vote for Singh in the first place. And that he pull his support from Justin Trudeau and make it a case-by-case, legislation-by-legislation vote only. If not, he's going to end up losing a lot more than just the leadership of the NDP party. He's going to end up losing his job as MP for Burnaby South. That, as always, is Pray on This.